Hey, it's Blaine from Invictus Athlete, here to talk about some new pieces of equipment that we have we're going to start using with our athletes. This is the new runner. It's called SkillMill. It's made by Techno Gym, and it's one of the pieces of equipment that we really enjoy because this thing is going to be used in multiple different ways to help our athletes train. So the SkillMill, just like any other runner out there, you can do multiple different ways of training on it. So for example, if you wanted to do an aerobic power workout, let's say you just wanted to do intervals, you could do that easily. This is an example of aerobic power. You can do 6 sets of 1,000 meters with a rest of 1 to 1. So however long it took you to run that 1,000 meter is going to be the time that you're going to take resting. So just like any other runner, you just get on there, time it, run, and go. The thing with the SkillMill that I really like is the fact that we can start getting a lot more creative with how we're going to train. So let's say you wanted to get more lactic, so rather than just having one resistance level on the runner and being able to do that for a period of time, now we can start changing the resistance here. So for a lactic, you're going to do repeats of 400 meters total, but the way you break it down is your first 300 meters you're going to do at 95% effort. Once that 300 meters is complete, you're going to rest for about 60 seconds, then you're going to crank up the resistance a little bit, go for 100 meters all out, and that's going to start that lactic threshold training a little bit, rest for about 5 minutes, and you're going to repeat that for a set number of repeats. So we're talking about changing the resistance on that. Let's say I hop on here and I run my first 300 meters at 95%. Any runner you can do that on. Now when I rest for 60 seconds, we're changing that resistance. I'm talking about cranking up the resistance maybe 2 to 3 knobs and being able to actually sprint. So now I have to put forth a higher effort at that 100% to be able to hit that lactic threshold. Another thing that I really love with the SkillMill is the fact that I can now turn this into various sleds. So the first setup that we have here is going to be a sled pull. The SkillMill comes with these straps that are connected to the back. Simply just grab a dip belt that you probably already have in your gym, set it up to where you're about midway through the belt, and right now the resistance is pretty low, but what I like to do is crank that up to full speed, and now it's like pulling a sled. So I can be walking with the sled, or I can get a little bit more intense and start sprinting with the sled. And you can change that resistance level with the crank here to find the resistance that you're looking for. The second version of a sled you can do is simply a sled push. So same thing, change the resistance level to where you see fit, and you have your sled push with the handles in front, and now being able to use that. The third one you can do is a sled pull. Same thing, change that resistance level that you see fit, and now using the handles with the straps, you now have a reverse sled pull. The benefit of having a SkillMill being able to do this is a lot of times you'll see in our programming, you're gonna see 150 foot, 200 foot, or max effort sled pushes. A lot of gyms don't have a 200 foot space in there. So this is gonna allow you to hit that full distance that we're looking for in the training period without having to stop, reverse, change anything, and waste a little bit of time there. So this can be a true 200 foot effort or a true max effort on the sled.